visionary leaders build a life and business legacy on purpose through mindset, branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team so they can make an amazing impact and income and positively affect their communities worldwide. Ensure that you are sharing this show, you're subscribing, and you also are leaving us a review so we can create more amazing content around those areas to help you level up to the next level and also bring amazing guest experts that can share their knowledge and expertise with you so that you can create amazing legacy. All right, visionary CEOs, welcome back to another show. I'm so happy to be back with you with another amazing, very hot topic right now, the uses of ChatGPT. Some of us, we always, when a new technology or something disrupts our lives happens, there's always two groups of people, the early adopters, the ones that try to figure out how to use it, and then the ones that are resenting the change. So I don't know where you are, but I have an amazing expert that our paths have crossed, Barbara Imnensek, and she's so amazing at explaining ChatGPT and all its practical uses that I'm so blessed to have her on our show today. Barbara, welcome. Thank you so much for finding time and walking us through some of the most practical uses of ChatGPT. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm really happy to be here, for this opportunity. And like you said, we have people that don't like changes, and usually when I start with someone talking about something, they are like, no, this is not for me, I don't want to use it. And then you go and explain it, you are not replacing anyone, you are just bettering your life, and we have to have this approach. Everything that saves us time, optimizes what we do, enhances the output of what we do. It's something that we have to embrace.
Absolutely. That's why I had to grab you from the training we were doing. And I said, let's get on the show and let's just share this message with more people. I'm always with my notes. We're lifelong learners here at the Life School, and this is going to be its own masterclass. I definitely agree with you, Barbara. If you don't evolve, you get left behind. So sometimes you have no choice, which is a good thing. Just hold on to the trust and the knowledge of other people until you build your own. That's kind of what I've learned to do in my journey. When something seems scary or kind of out of alignment with my beliefs, it's like, hold on, let me see what I am missing just by blocking myself maybe out of the fear. So I'm so glad that we're having this conversation. So Barbara, just let's start with some of the main uses based on also how you use this and train so many other people on it. So what is some of the most practical uses that you feel we could start using this website? First of all, if you can share the website for a lot of people, what is the domain, and also some of the main uses?
It's actually openai.com. It's the chat GPT, and how I started using it. My core business is LinkedIn. And like probably most of people, I was sometimes struggling with the ideas what to post or what are the most common questions people ask about a certain topic. And then I said, okay, one of my employees said, why don't you try chat GPT? And I was like, what, chat what? This was like over half a year ago. And then he said, okay, I'll show you. And I started, and I started for content ideation, what ideas, what could I be writing about? What are the most common questions people ask about LinkedIn, because once you are working in a specific field, to you, everything is equally important and at the same time unimportant because you are skilled in it, but what are the questions people are asking? So I started like this, Then ChatGPT is my favorite one. I must stress at this point that there are a lot of tools out there available. The openai.com is the one that it allows you a lot of features for free. So even if you don't pay the subscription, you can use it for a lot of stuff. When you pay the subscription, you upgrade it. So endless possibilities. But there are also other tools for picture creations, for video, for back to ChatGPT. So I started with that, and then I writing articles for a magazine here, and every month it would take me a lot, like one whole day or even more, to put together an article, because you have to do a bit of research, stuff like that. And then I said one day, okay, let's try with ChatGPT this time, and suddenly one day became 2 hours. And I was like, whoa, that's the thing. And then I started playing with it more and more and more. I did what most of people probably do, because nowadays you can find a lot of offers online where people are selling ChatGPT prompts. I bought them because I was curious what prompts are. Prompts are the instructions you input into ChatGPT to get the output. But imagine this: people are buying the same prompts. What will the output be?
Mm.
Everyone will have the same output.
Copycat businesses, copycat
Yeah.
messaging, copycat everything. Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's why it's important that, like, when we started talking about it, you said you are playing around with it, and that's the best approach you can choose, because I remember yesterday I was running my LinkedIn cafe, and there was a person that said, I'm interested in writing content for people who are transitioning from medicine to alternative, and we
Mm.
started with this input, and the results were not favorable to her because we were not clear enough on what we wanted. That's why we went back and we changed it. We gave it more details, we added stuff. We were more concise in what we want as an output, and the results changed. So when it comes to ChatGPT, you can start basic. I don't know what your let's say you're a coach. You are a health and wellness coach. You can start with, please give me. I'm a strange person because I say please to ChatGPT. But I say, please give me some content ideas I could write for. And now comes the magic. ChatGPT knows what's the structure of the post for Facebook, Instagram link. So if you give it instructions about create me a post for Facebook, it will take into consideration the rules that apply to Facebook. When it comes to LinkedIn, it will be for LinkedIn. And if you want it for blog posts, you can write books, you can do a lot of stuff. Do you need an email? You know, you can write email. When you don't like something, let's say it gives you a headline and you don't like a headline, you would want your headline to be more catchy. Tell it, change, please make it more engaging. you know
Mm.
Make it in a way that it's inviting people to start conversation. So it's up to you.
Yeah.
I used to work for an advertising agency. I was an account director. So every time I would have to translate the brief from the client to a creative team. Working with ChatGPT, it's similar. You have to go into details. You have to tell it what you want as an output. And the more detailed you are, the better the output.
That
And
is
one of
Barbara.
the
So let me just stop you here so I recap for the audience so people have like a really clear idea on how to use
yeah,
it. So yes, absolutely. I am definitely playing around with it. And I think that is the best way because I learn by doing. I'm not very
yeah,
bright the way.
likewise.
I don't learn in theory. To me, that's too abstract. For me, just get in the trenches, do it, figure it out, make mistakes, test. I'm always curious. So I think that's definitely a good mindset to have with this new tool as well.
Mhm.
So I think that's the first thing. So you said to us that you can use it for research, which is really
Yeah,
powerful with the prompts that you can put in it. And that's amazing how the prompts, the more specific you get, the better results you receive, right? So it
yeah,
seems like the more general you are, the more you look like Google or you'll sound like
yeah,
Google, right? And there's obviously ways for you to normalize or to kind of put your own tone of voice into it by just saying maybe in a warmer tone, maybe my more educational content, let's say
yeah,
that's your brand and that aligns with you, right? So I think playing around with it, understanding how to be very specific with it so you get the right voice out of ChatGPT, I think is really powerful. So you said two uses so far, Barbara. So
yeah.
for research and content creation. So
Yeah.
put in different topics. The more specific you are, the better. If I do business growth, if I go play around with that, that's what I was doing. Legacy businesses, let me see what is coming out, right? Purpose driven entrepreneurship, let me see what's coming out. And then being specific as, let's test out content for CEOs for LinkedIn around business growth, for
Yeah.
example, right? So am I getting it right based on what you're saying? So the
Yeah.
more specific we get, the better the results we'll get. And obviously, we also give the robot, I call my little robot. So we give the robot more specific instructions so that we train it eventually a long time. So I think it's very smart, right? It's going to start to pick up our voice, which is the good news for a lot of us being, the normal fear of like, okay, I'm just a copycat. And then, I mean, what's the point of me sharing my own voice? Because everyone can share the same thing. And the brand definitely gets compromised, because then you are not a unique and authentic brand. You're just general brand blending in the big market. And that is hard if you want to be just a small fish in the ocean, right? We want to stand out. So that's also how the dangers of branding comes into play, but not if you know what you're doing with it. So I like that you shared that. What other uses are there for it, Barbara?
So this is probably the most uses, the way people use it the most, But let's say you want to create ads, you want to create ads for a specific media. You can do it through ChatGPT because it knows how to do it, Then you need email. You need emails. It can create all the emails for you. There are some ways you can train it to replace your VAs if you have virtual assistants, and you can also train it to be like a chatbot. It's in the paid version. Maybe you need some plugins to do it, but there are a lot of plugins also available for ChatGPT already to enhance its usage. Then let's say coding. If someone is into coding, websites, other stuff, it can write you the whole code. You need automation. It can create automation for you, again, with plugins. There are endless uses, and I think that more and more usages are coming every single day. Uh,
Yeah.
what I would like to stress here, because we were telling that we can train it, we mustn't rely completely on ChatGPT. Because as we were talking before, its knowledge base ended in September 2021. So if you need newer data, it will not come up in the ChatGPT as it is today. Maybe tomorrow it will change.
Barbara,
But
hold that. So
yeah,
September 21 of this, well, what are we now? We're in so last
23, almost 2 years ago. So,
okay.
a
It
lot
only
of
it's only 2 years old, is what you're saying?
no, it's all actually, yeah, it started in 2000. It got 2022 to 1 million, but it's the way we use it. I think it was introduced in October 2022.
So what's the date, September 21? Can you
It's
clarify
when
that?
its knowledge based ended. So the pond where it fishes the data from, it's only sorts up until September 2021.
Oh, okay, got you.
They
Okay.
have to update it
Well,
so it sources newer data. you
got
know
you, got you.
and you have to approach it carefully, although it can simplify your life, but ChatGPT lacks real world understanding. So sometimes what you get out of ChatGPT, it may not make sense. So
Mhm.
whatever output you get out, check it. Then you have to know that sometimes you may get inaccurate information. Maybe sometimes you may get something that's offensive to someone, because it lacks ethical and moral understanding.
You lack social skills. It's a
Yeah,
robot.
it does, and it has the inability to provide legal, financial, or medical advice. You can look for some laws. or whatever through it, but it will not give you many medical advice. And there is also one security concern. So if you have some really, really sensitive data, don't put it in ChatGPT, because you never know whether it may remember it or not.
There you go. So you got to be
Yeah,
cautious with that. I love that. And Barbara, I love that in your training you had the chats. You can organize the chats around topics. So if you
yeah,
are just maybe focusing on LinkedIn content, you can organize that chat around that. Tell me a little bit more about
yeah.
that.
So basically, everything ChatGPT is structured in a way that you have chats, So everything you do within one chat, ChatGPT remembers. So you can always return to that chat and give it additional instruction, and it will remember everything that it was done before. But like I said before, I was playing with the idea to create a course for a specific niche, and it's a LinkedIn course. And I was like, okay, tell me, how could I structure a course for this niche, and it gave me some ideas. Then I went deeper and I said, okay, because these were like, I think 12 topics that it included, and I asked it to, can you please structure this into 4 modules? Once the module was structured, I gave it instruction, please write me the content for module 1. Remember, you have to double check everything, because 50% of what I got out, it's not usable for me, and it's information that I wouldn't dare to pass on. But still, imagine that you're creating a course or whatever, and ChatGPT structures your course like in 10 minutes. And then all you have to do, you have to check it, you add more content, you add stories to it, you add examples, stuff like that, But this probably simplifies your life.
Yeah. I mean, it could, it gets crazy. It could build your programs, your
Yeah,
curriculums, all the
yeah.
things that we now do under ideation and creativity. And of course, there's that. You have a structure, that's fine. But then of course there's still a need for the support and walking people through things step by step and asking questions, all the human things that hopefully will never go away, right? If we know how to use this right. So Barbara, I really appreciate all the information you gave me. And lastly, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the biggest fear around how do we now evolve our positions? There's a lot of copywriters, maybe even coaches that teach certain things that maybe ChatGPT can do. There's a lot of fear around, am I going to be out of a job or in my business? Whatever I am offering as a business model could have a need for adaptation with this. So what are your thoughts on that?
So if we go back into the history, every development with the revolution, it came people, some jobs ceased to exist. And I attended a seminar, I think it was last week, on ChatGPT, where they said that there are probably 21 jobs that are going to be extinct first, But still, with every change we had, when internet was introduced, people feared it. It was like, no, please don't. And nowadays we cannot do without it. Yeah, it's true, some jobs will cease to exist. But let's say I tried also some text to picture tools for ChatGPT, and if I compare it with what my designer gives me, you cannot compare the output. So I think that people who are in for the quality will use it to better their work, maybe to optimize their time, to get more things done. And I read an article today where one marketeer did an example, and he created an influencer on ChatGPT, and created the profile and everything, and it was a success. And I think there is a character in Korea that made a whooping 11 millions and something in promotion last year, and it's a fake thing. It's a created thing, and I still think that those who strive for quality will resort to human interaction, because your experience, your background, That's your USP. You can always give something that a machine cannot do. Your energy is something a machine cannot replicate.
Yeah, and your creativity, right? So I think
Yeah,
that's what we will lean on for sure. Being visionary CEOs, there's always going to be someone that is creative and moving the machine forward, or moving the operations forward, or moving the thing, which is what my message in the marketplace for a lot of online entrepreneurs is: don't call yourself a position. You are the CEO. Under
yeah,
your company, you can reinvent yourself and you can reinvent your business model.
yeah,
Never be stuck to a business model. Always be addicted to the service and the people that you serve. And however, we can serve them better, even if we have to redo a lot of the things that we've done, don't be afraid of that, because
yeah.
there's so much abundance and opportunity on the other side. Which, even with the internet, I love that you mentioned that we were fearful, but look, because in the internet I can have what I'm doing now,
Yeah,
and you do the same. So go global, right? So
yeah,
yes, there is a lot of abundance and opportunity. And I think the more you train yourself as a visionary CEO to look at the glass half full than the glass half empty, with anything, there's opportunity. So there's always the gaps. That's why we need the human mind and brain
mhm,
that we need to work on all the time. And sometimes I feel like our brain does not catch up with all of this. I wonder what's going to happen with a lot of that. But we have our minds, so we need that creativity to look at all the gaps and the opportunities, and don't be afraid to adapt and change, because that's just part of our job description as an entrepreneur. So Barbara, I'm so blessed that I was able to make this happen on our show today. I'm so grateful for all the knowledge and expertise you shared with us. And I know you have an amazing ebook, I believe, so people can
yeah,
tap into that if they want to continue the conversation, learn more about this, and connect with you as the expert in this field. Where is
yeah.
it that people can find that?
I sent you the link so you can actually share it, and it's actually how to create prompts for ChatGPT, because today we didn't show it on ChatGPT, but there you have, let's say, giving one input to ChatGPT, what the output is, narrowing down, being more concise, what the output is. It uh, guides you through the steps how to create quality input for ChatGPT.
All right, amazing. Yeah, that's so needed. So I'm gonna go grab that myself, and you'll have Barbara inside our Facebook group, Community Life School, and also our page, Life School. So I will include all these links and also the link to the actual website, so you guys can have it much easier to navigate that. Barbara, thank you so much. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to all this amazing stuff that we get to do with ChatGPT, and also personally nurturing our relationship. Thank you so much. I will see you with another show. And you guys know what to do: like, subscribe, and share our show, so we can bring amazing experts, just like Barbara, to share their knowledge and expertise here. And here we interview successful visionary CEOs. So if you are one, you can also send us a message on Instagram, and we'll take a look at what you do and be able to set up something to bring you on our show. And have a beautiful rest of your Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
I am offering a free 30-minute discovery strategy business growth call for you in order to help you discover the foundational gaps that you might have between your book publishing, branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team, so that you can make more impact and income in your business this year. Even if you decide not to receive the further support that I could provide for you, you will still walk away with amazing wisdom and value from my 20-year experience in helping entrepreneurs and growing my own successful business, in what are some of the gaps that you are experiencing, and how to connect those gaps with your ultimate business and life vision. Schedule a call now, as my calendar gets booked very fast, so that you could take advantage of this 30-minute opportunity to have a personalized chat together.